Welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be talking to you guys about Botox today. So if you have needle phobias, blood phobias, if those things make you feel sick, you're going to want to turn off because this vlog contains actual footage of me having the procedure. So yeah, I went for my Botox about a week ago now. I am ecstatic, to say the least. I mean, my face does not show it because I can't really express myself anymore, really, but I'm very, very, very happy. So I had Botox about a week ago by the same girl who does my lips. So she is trusted. I do trust her, and you know, I've used her before, so I didn't have to like do any extensive research. But if you are new to fillers, Botox and anything like that, you definitely should do your research. Cheap definitely does not mean good, and neither does expensive. So you need to check out their portfolio, check their Instagram, check reviews, you know, try and speak to people that have used them before, and make sure that you are definitely dead set that in your head you want to do it, because once it's done, it is reversible, but you're going to have to pay to reverse it. So what's the point? Make sure that in your head you're dead set on getting these treatments done. So first off, I'm going to talk about why I actually got Botox in the first place. So when I was doing my makeup, I noticed that I had quite deep lines across my forehead. I only noticed them this year, and I am 32, so it's sort of around the time where the aging does start to become apparent. So obviously I didn't like it. When I was taking photos of myself when I was doing my makeup, I was like, just not really feeling it. When I lifted my eyebrows up and then relaxed them again, the lines still stayed there. So, I mean, it was only going to get worse. So I jumped on the Botox bandwagon and got Botox 1 week ago. So the price of my Botox was £150 for 2 areas. So I had my forehead and I had my eyebrows done as well. I think it's a really good price. If you think about how many times you have to come back for the Botox, so it only lasts between 4 to 6 months. So, you know, you're going to have to keep paying every single time for a top up, the same price that you paid originally. Now, I've seen people on Instagram, I've seen other aesthetic nurses that charge about £300 for the same treatment that I had done. If it was £300, I would not be going back probably so often to get it done, to be honest, because it's just not affordable. So next up, I'm going to talk about the procedure. Like I said, if you've got needle phobias, blood phobias, it's best that you turn off now. Maybe try to skip to the end past it. It's not very long, the footage that I've included. I went to her on a Saturday morning. She went through a consultation card with me, checked that nothing has actually changed since the last time that I had visited her. Then she proceeded to draw and mark up the areas on my forehead that she was going to inject. And to tell you the God's honest truth, the drawing on part took longer than the actual injecting part. She then proceeded to inject those areas. I was really, really surprised that it took about 3 minutes to do. It was over so quickly. That's why I've had to slow-mo some of the footage. Pain level, so around in between my eyebrows, literally killed me. I have a very high pain threshold. So anyway, I was confused as to why it hurt so much. I've had other injectables, like for example, I've had my nasal folds injected with no numbing cream and it didn't hurt at all. I've had a bit of a top up in my lip as well with no numbing cream and it didn't hurt at all. So I was confused as to why it was, you know, so painful. Anyway, upon leaving her and going home, I had actually come on my period. So my body was way more sensitive than it normally would be. It's not even advised to get waxed when you're on your period. So I'm assuming that's why it hurt me a little bit more than it normally would. Anyway, it was done really, really quickly. It was over. So, you know, it wasn't torturous. I mean, I've had a baby. Yeah, there's nothing that can beat the pain of having a baby, and it's not even close, so don't even worry about it. Any good aesthetics nurse, any good Botox provider should call you back in for a top-up. They should want to see you within a week because the procedure takes time to develop, if that makes sense. So when I woke up for 24 hours after the treatment and I was still wrinkly, I was like, oh no, it hasn't worked, it's gone wrong. Even though she told me before, it takes about 5 to 7 days to actually see the Botox results completely. You know, it will be perfect within that time. It's sort of like a magical thing that happens over the days. Then the evening of day 2 is when I first started to notice the difference. So, I mean, the lines weren't completely gone, but I was definitely finding it hard to move this area. Then day 3, very much the same as the end of day 2. I didn't really get any more, you know, less movement at that point. Then the end of day 3, did I just say the end of day 3? The end of day 3 is when I basically saw that the Botox was working and that my forehead was becoming paralysed, I think the word is. So yeah, I was really, really, really happy. Today we are day 7. I'm going to show you exactly what movement I can do. So I'm going to lift my eyebrows first. That's me lifting them, and I'm going to frown now. So yeah, very limited movement, very, very happy. Will be going back again, without a doubt. Should have maybe started last year and then not wasted money on so many primers. But I'm happy I've discovered it. I'm happy it works, and my pictures are going to look better, and I'm going to feel more confident in myself as well without having a wrinkly forehead. Oh, my hair. I mean, I should have probably done my hair before I sat down for this video, but whatever. I'm just going to pretend that it's fine and it's not a mess, and it's, you know, doesn't really matter. We're talking about Botox here. So yeah, like I said, I'm going back on Thursday. If there is any extra footage, you know, if she does do anything more, I'm thinking she might inject just here. There's a tiny bit of a crease there. If she does inject that, I'm gonna record that and put that into this vlog as well at the end, and then I will chat to you guys at the end of that. If she doesn't put anything else in and she thinks, you know, we're as frozen as we possibly can be without starting to look a bit ridiculous, then this is the end of the vlog. If you have any questions for me, please put them in the box below. I'll be more than happy to respond to you very, very quickly. If you have any questions about any injectables, bearing in mind I've had lips, nasal fold, cheeks and forehead now, please ask away and I'll be as brutally honest as I can be. Apart from that, have a great weekend.